Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters worldwide, welcome back to Sensational Singles, yeah! Brought to you by the Crowncast Network in association with Five Royals ENT. I am your host, the Lord, Nelson that is, the big guy with the big show, and you shall be entertained. If you're ready to be time machines, it's about to happen right now. Let's go. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters worldwide, welcome back to the amazing show, Sensational Singles, hosted by yours truly, the big guy with the big show, the Lord Nelson that is, and brought to you by the Crowncast Network in association with Five Royals ENT. And ladies and gentlemen, on this episode, we're diving into one of the smoothest, most intoxicating hip hop records ever created. Ever. Electric Relaxation by A Tribe Called Quest. It is one of my most favorite songs of all time, bar none, no matter the genre. It's one of the most intoxicating. I love this song. I can play it a million times straight and never get tired of it. So let me get into it, right? Now let's step into 1993, right? Hip hop was evolving. Gangster rap was dominating the airwaves. The East Coast and West Coast were building their identities. Yeah. And right in the middle of all that noise came a group that sounded like a cool breeze through the city, man. A Tribe Called Quest. They didn't need to yell. They didn't need to go over the top with the production or have flashy gimmicks. They brought jazz, poetry, swagger, intelligence, and pure vibes. And Electric Relaxation was the perfect example of that magic. Man, I love this song, man. Now, released on their legendary album, Midnight Marauders. Now, I must say, Midnight Marauders is a dope album, but I like the first album like crazy. It's my favorite album by them, but we're talking about Electric Relaxation on Midnight Marauders. So let me get back. Let me get focused again, right? This track wasn't just a song, right? It was a mood. The moment that bass line drops, you're transported into like dim lights and city nights and head nodding. You know what I'm saying? With the windows down, pure cool. And I could always just see the young lady in there. It was just something about her, man. She just had a style. It wasn't like she was out there twerking or doing none of that. No, it wasn't that stuff back then, man. She just had something that was simple but beautiful, man. Yes, indeed. Now, the production was handled by Q-Tip himself, and he sampled Mystic Brew by Ronnie Foster and turned it into one of the most recognizable grooves in hip-hop history. That loop feels effortless, but it's genius, jazz-infused, laid back, but yet completely hypnotic. And it is that, man. It doesn't force you to move. It invites you to move. And then come the rhymes, yo. Q-Tip and Phife Dawg trade verses with the kind of chemistry that only true brothers in music can have. Their delivery is casual but sharp, playful but precise. They're talking relationships, attraction, personality, and streetwise charm, yeah. But they're doing it with style, and with that it feels natural and never forced, man. Q-Tip, he floats across the beat like a late night conversation, right? And then Phife comes across with that gritty, charismatic energy that balances everything perfectly. Together, they created a duet that became one of hip-hop's defining pairings. Man, and let's talk about the title, Electric Relaxation. That phrase alone sounds like art, right? It perfectly captures the feeling of the record. The song is smooth, but it has energy, relaxed, but electrifying. It's the kind of track that makes you feel cool just listening to it. Now, not many can be more cool than me, but when you listen to this song, you might get kind of close, man, because it is that cool, yo. This song also represented something bigger. A Tribe Called Quest helped prove hip hop could be sophisticated without losing its edge. They brought jazz culture, African American expression, fashion, humor, and intellect into mainstream rap in a way that influenced generations. Without Tribe, to me, there's no Common, no Kanye's early soul era, right? No The Roots, no Mos Def, no Kendrick in terms of jazz rap DNA. Their fingerprints are everywhere, man. Everywhere. And Electric Relaxation remains timeless because it never chased trends. It created a feeling that great music does. It doesn't age. It lives. It breathes and continues to just capture the world, man. Even today, decades later, you hear that song, come on at a cookout, a lounge, a car show, a house party, or through a pair of headphones like these beats right here on a midnight walk. And it still hits so lovely, man. That's the power of a true classic. Electric Relaxation isn't just a hip hop record. It's atmosphere. It's confidence, it's culture, it's art. And most importantly, it's a reminder that hip hop can be smooth, smart, soulful, and still absolutely hard. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for taking the time to spend some time. And until next time, please remember, music, no matter the genre, is universal. And the greatest high in time machine we know. Electric Relaxation, another sensational single by A Tribe Called Quest. One of my most favorite songs of all time, bar none. Had to say it again. You guys be good. We'll talk to you next episode. Peace. Woo! Ha ha! Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters worldwide, thank you so much for tuning into Sensational Singles. Yeah. And yo, every Monday and Thursday morning at 7 a.m. Eastern, you'll have a new amazing sensational single that is going to time machine you and make you feel so good. I am the Lord, Nelson that is, and I thank you so much, so very much for being a part of this. And remember, this is brought to you by the Crowncast Network in association with 5 Royals ENT. Once again, thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Peace. Woo! Ha ha! Yeah!